You've heard the news.
I am officially declaring a national emergency.
You've mourned the tragedies.
100,000 American lives lost.
And you've suffered the consequences.
We're going to close schools all across the state.
On March 11, 2020, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a global pandemic, and the race for a vaccine began. Today, we're going to zoom in on two types of modern vaccines, DNA and mRNA vaccines. In order to understand vaccines, it's important to understand the basics of your immune system. Your immune system is essentially an army of cells that work to fight off pathogens. Pathogens are essentially disease-causing organisms, such as a virus. Two important cells in your immune system are called T cells and B cells. T cells destroy pathogens, while B cells produce antibodies, which are essentially proteins that are made in response to antigens. I know the immune system can be confusing, so let's go over some basic definitions. Pathogens are disease-causing organisms, such as a virus. Antigens are part of a pathogen. And antibodies are proteins that are made in response to those antigens. Anyways, one very important and unique aspect of your immune system is that there are also memory T and B cells. Memory T and B cells can remember previous antigens so that when it encounters the real pathogen, it knows what to do. This is where vaccines come into play. DNA and mRNA vaccines tell your body how to make an antigen to expose your memory T and B cells. Now that the antigen is in the T and B cells' memory, your immune system will be able to recognize and destroy the real pathogen in the future. Here's how it works. Depending on the vaccine, DNA or mRNA is inserted into the muscle cell. DNA and RNA are like instruction manuals that code for proteins. In terms of COVID-19, those proteins are called spike proteins. Then, for DNA vaccines, an enzyme called RNA polymerase will come by and copy the DNA code onto an M or messenger RNA strand. It matches A's to T's and U's and C's to G's. The letters are called nitrogenous bases. For mRNA vaccines, it skips the copying step, as mRNA is directly inserted into the muscle cell. Once the mRNA has been created, it leaves the nucleus, or the brain of the cell, and is met by another molecule called tRNA. The T in tRNA stands for transfer. The tRNA reads the code and drops off proteins to form a chain. The coronavirus spike protein has been formed. Here's where the immune system comes into play. Remember the T and B cells? Recall that T cells kill pathogens, or the bad guys, and B cells produce antibodies. Now your T and B cells work together to destroy the spike protein, and your memory T and B cells now know what to do if your body comes into contact with the coronavirus. This is called immunity. Both DNA and mRNA vaccines have great qualities, but mRNA vaccines tend to perform better and can be produced faster. Regardless, we'll just have to wait and see what the official COVID-19 vaccine will be. Bye!